Good evening. This is old Rattler coming at you tonight. Tonight's discussion is going to be on varmints. That covers everything, you know, just about possums, armadillos, big rats. But I don't have a problem around here with big rats. But I'm sure they're out there. We once saw one when we first moved into this area out in this old rundown chicken house. It was a big rat. And, my pa-in-law was going to shoot it with his Winchester, but the thing moved before he could get a shot at it. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that one. Nothing more to tell. But anyway, possums live in this area. Years ago, some people had possum for their supper, and it was pretty good, I reckon. I don't think many people eat them now, but I'm sure if you got hungry enough, you could have possum for your supper. You know, and you could go out and get them pretty easy, I imagine. You know, wait till the evening hours and get them. If I seem a little tired, I've been riding an old long-eared mule all day. Been hired to do this for an indefinite period of time right now to help out with some neighbors' horses. And they've got this mule, and that's the first thing I caught, so I rode that thing. Basically, I started off, it's 35 degrees this morning. I rode it all day. Pretty good deal, but I'm tired. But anyway, back to the hold on a minute. All that wind got my sinuses kind of tore up. But anyway, these possums, they'll burrow into stuff. Sometimes they'll get under hay and things like that, and they'll crawl up in an old dead carcass and eat their way out. An old rotting dead carcass, like an old dead cow that's fell dead in the field. They'll go to eating their way in, and I guess the buzzards will be on the outside and the possums eating on the inside, because they've been known to be seen exiting carcasses from whatever exit they can get into. You know, they're just, you know, they're pretty nasty animals. That's why a lot of people can't stand the thought of eating them. And they'll eat your chickens up too. We once had a rooster that was pretty valued in my crew. Guys I run with, you know, we went deer hunting one year, and a friend of mine had an old rooster he called Bad Bob. And old Bad Bob they had it for an alarm clock to wake us up to go deer hunting. Even though it didn't do no good, it crowed and we slept right through it. But anyhow, that old rooster survived the trip, made it home okay. It ate a bunch of walking sticks while we was them old things crawling on the ground. You know, them old with antennas, I don't know, they just look like a stick with legs on it. Them things were out that fall, and that thing eat a bunch of them. And my friend said on the way home, the thing must have got, that old Dominicker rooster must have got car sick or something, and it got to harking up them walking sticks all over his truck. That was, I imagine, I've never seen a chicken lose its lunch before, but I imagine it's pretty rough. But anyway, that night, on that fateful night, I believe it was a Sunday evening, old Bad Bob was caught and was eaten by a possum. I hope that possum enjoyed his dinner. But anyway, these things can sure be they can be a pain sometimes. And then you've got your up in certain parts, you've got varmints, you've got prairie dogs, they just kind of do some damage, I guess, to digging holes, kind of like the armadillos we have down here, digging holes all over the field and in the yard. But up there they also have badgers and they have wolverines. Now I don't know, I haven't really studied up and researched this very much, but I believe a badger could be some kind of kin to the wolverine, except it's smaller. But it is one of the most ferocious little creatures, and it's mad all the time. It must have a large medulla oblongata. But it will, as far as any video footage I've seen, I've never encountered a badger in real life, but I mean, they're just... they just tear everything in their... I mean, they'll fight. Well, they'd fight a circular saw if it come after them, I guess. But anyway, I'm lingering a little long here, and I like for my little videos, my little shows to be short, so you have time to watch them, and they won't take up too much of your time. But anyway, we'll talk some more about varmints on another show, and we'll discuss it in more depth. And sometime we're going to discuss what the Indians call the Sasquatch, and we also call it the Bigfoot monster, over in the mountains of Europe and Asia and Siberia. Some people called it the Yeti, and some people call it the abominable snowman. That means big snowman, I guess. But anyway, we'll talk to you later. This is old RattlerMan signing off. Good night.